PSLE is coming. Can you solve this 2018 PSLE math question? And the question goes, the figure or the pattern on the tile ABCD shows three overlapping squares of different sizes. AF is equal to FE and AE is equal to ED. So in this case, figure Y is made up of four such tiles as what you see over here. So the area of the unshaded part, which is highlighted in yellow or white, of figure Y below is 81 centimeters square. So what is the total area of the shaded parts highlighted in green in figure Y? So in this case, let's focus on one tile or just one square over here. So if you were to look closely, let me just rotate this so it's easier for you to see. So from the question, it says AF is equal to FE. So we'll take AF will be 1 unit and FE will be 1 unit. So the thing is, this is containing squares. So that means the bottom side will also be the same, which is 1 unit, and this part is also 1 unit. So the next thing is we actually can split them up into squares. So in the sense, these two little squares at the bottom right are four squares. So the next thing is that in the question it says AE is equal to ED. So let's calculate what's AE, and AE is just the combination of both AF and FE, and this will then be 2 units. Since AE is 2 units, that means ED will also be 2 units. And since this is a square, all sides are the same. That means the bottom side will also be 2 units and 2 units as well. So that means we can literally just make them all into smaller squares as what we see over here. So think of it as 1 unit as one side of the small square. So now we have all of this. The next thing is we actually can calculate the total number of squares. So if you were to just manually calculate, or if you were to say, oh, one side is 1 unit, so I think we can just have one side of the square or the big square times the other side of the big square, and this will give us 16. Then we want to get the total unshaded squares, which is in white. It's pretty straightforward, which is 3. So now one tile or one of these is 16 total squares and 3 unshaded squares. Then we can just multiply them into 4, which is the figure Y as what we want to find out, which is the shaded area. So in this case, since we have a total of 4 squares, we need to multiply the total squares by 4. This will give us 64. Total unshaded squares will be 12. Then we want to know the shaded area. So we want to find the shaded squares, which is equal to 52. Then, since we know all of these numbers, from the question it says area of the unshaded part is 81 centimeter square. And since we know there are 12 unshaded squares, then we can just say one square will then be 6.75. Since we want to find the shaded area, then we will want to find 52 squares, and the total shaded area will be 351 centimeters square.